Hey guys, Ed here, bringing you part 14 of What If Deku went to the Dragon Ball universe. Before we get into it, I would like to say that I'm still recovering from a sore throat. Don't worry, the Archer series is coming up next. Furthermore, I would like to let you guys know that I'll be going on vacation during the end of August to the second week of September. So I won't be doing What Ifs during that time. But I will pre-record and edit the random one-shots and publishing those instead of the regular series. So if you guys would like to suggest an idea or give me a script that was written by you, you can either find me in Alexis Discord server, the link will be in the description below, or you could just pin the link in the comment section below, or simply just comment whatever idea you have, and if I'm interested, I'll put a heart in the comment. That said, let's get into it.
Fearless.
Last time on My Hero Ball Z. Class 1A went to the USJ for rescue training, but they were ambushed by villains, claiming to be part of the Red Ribbon Army. It seems that the Red Ribbon Army has returned. Will Izuku be able to defeat his father? Or will he be defeated? Well, let's find out. The cyborg would say, "If it isn't the helpless, quirkless, powerless little Izuku. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Why didn't you come here so I could give you a hug, my dear son?" Izuku, shocked, he would say, "No, it can't be. I killed you 18 years ago." Hisashi would say, "Oh no, on the contrary. You nearly killed me. But the good doctors knew what they were doing. And now, as you can see, I got some upgrades. So now, I get to return the favor. How poetic is that?" Izuku would say, "Well, guess what? You aren't the only one who got some upgrades. I'm not the same 9-year-old boy that defeated you. I've gotten way stronger since last time." Hisashi would say, But of course, I know all about how strong you are. And your friends. Or rather, Goku and the others. I have it all here in my data." Izuku, glaring, he would say, "How? You haven't shown your ugly face in 18 years. Hisashi would say, "Simple. The good Dr. Gero had made some robots as small as insects, and followed you around collecting data, and to keep an eye on your progress, until the aliens invaded. But we have enough data to properly measure your strength, and calculate any future progress, and estimate that too." Izuku, a bit nervous, but glared daggers at his father, he would say, "You are just a tin man, and you should be recycled. And it's time for you to finally die, once and for all." Izuku wasted no time into attacking Hisashi with his right hook to his face, but he didn't expect Hisashi to not budge. And Hisashi smirked. Hisashi would say, "Was that supposed to hurt? I think you were going for something like this." Hisashi returned the right hook and sent Izuku across the USJ. But Izuku recovered and chuckled. Izuku chuckling, he would say, I guess I should have went straight to the point. Guess Goku's personality rubbed off on me. But now playtime is over. Kaioken times 10! Izuku powered up to Kaioken times 10 and blitzing Hisashi. The two were going, seemingly, toe-to-toe. Typical Dragon Ball style. Starting from the ground, going into the air, breaking the ceiling of the USJ, with just the sheer pressure and shockwaves of their flying fists colliding, leaving everyone there astonished as the fight went on. We cut over to the students of Class 1A, where they were watching mesmerized with Izuku's strength. Mina would say, "Kirishima, can you do that too?" Kirishima would say, "Yeah, but I'm nowhere near Izuku or Nappa. I mean, they're Saiyans." Mina would say, "Sayings? Do you think this is time for sayings?" Kirishima would say, "Mina, what are you talking about? I said they're Saiyans." Kamada would say, "Dude, what are they saying?" Kirishima facepalmed. "They're not saying anything. Nappa and Izuku are Saiyans. As in humanoid aliens, which means they're not humans." Mina would say, "What? Don't be ridiculous. Izuku is human." Kirishima would say, "Not anymore. He got upgraded from a human to probably the strongest race in the universe." But before they could continue, Izuku's phone started to ring, only for Neji's caller ID to appear, and Aizawa answered. Neji would say, "Suzu, what's going on? Why did you power up so much?" Aizawa would say, "Sorry, the Midori's unavailable." Neji would say, "Ah, Sensei! Wait, where's Zuzu?" Aizawa would say, "He's fighting a cyborg. Villains appeared and ambushed us at the USJ, and it seems that the villains are here for Midoriya. And they said something about the Red Ribbon Army." Neji would say, "What the fuck? Can you put Kirishima on the phone, please?" Aizawa would say, "Sure, he's right here." Aizawa handed the phone to Kirishima. Kirishima would say, "Hi, Nejire, how's it going?" Nejire pissed, she would say, "Kirishima, what's going on?" Kirishima would say, "Well, how to put this? Apparently the Red Ribbon is after Izuku, and it seems that there was one android that made it back here, and we don't have senzu beans, which is why we were calling Nappa." Nejire would say, "Kirishima, why are you guys still there? Take your classmates to safety and help Zuzu. I'll call Nappa, and I'll tell him to go bring some senzu beans." Kirishima would say, "Thank you, Nejire. Oh, and I forgot to mention, was Izuku's father always a cyborg?" Kirishima could only hear angry words coming out of Nejire's mouth before she ended the call. Aizawa would say, "Kirishima, what was she saying?" Kirishima would say, She said that I should take you guys to safety and go help Izuku. She'll call Nappa." And I could understand the last part. She sounded so angry for some reason. Mineta would say, Guys? Sorry to bother, but isn't Izuku supposed to be the strongest person in the world?" Kirishima would say, "Yeah, I believe he's slightly stronger than Nappa. Why?" Mineta would say, "So, since he's the strongest, what would happen to us if we were in Izuku's boots right now?" Kirishima was confused, but before he could speak, an agonizing howl could be heard. Kirishima went to see what was going on, only to see Izuku on the ground, battered and bruised, as the cyborg had his foot on Izuku's chest. Kirishima wanted to do something, but Katsuki, out of rage, he went blasting off using whatever he could just to get him off from Izuku, with his strongest explosion at point blank. Hisashi would say, if it isn't the firecracker. Was that supposed to hurt? Katsuki cursed under his breath, and he continued to send explosions at the cyborg. Hisashi would say, "Katsuki, Katsuki, Katsuki. You're just doing it wrong. You do it like this." Hisashi punched Katsuki in the guts and sent him crashing into the stairs as he prepared a ki blast with one of his hands. Hisashi would say, "Son, you don't mind if I end his life, do you? But again, why am I asking you? You can't stop me. Not even Goku could. I was made to kill the two of you and take over that world. But now, I can freely take over this one instead. But before I kill you, why don't I kill these weaklings first, knowing that you couldn't save them? And we'll start off by your dear childhood friend, Katsuki." Izuku trying to get up, he would say, "No, your fight is with me. Leave them alone." Hisashi would say, "You? To be honest, I thought you were stronger. But I see you as a toddler you are. And now, enjoy the show." Hisashi sent the ki blast towards the helpless Bakugo, and in a blink of an eye, blood went splattering. And as the smoke cleared, instead of Bakugo taking the hit, it was Kirishima protecting Bakugo. Even though he went to his unbreakable form, he still felt limped to the ground. At that point, the students in Class 1A were panicking. Hisashi would say, "Huh, the Kirishima kid managed to protect the firecracker. But oh well, nobody else can protect them now." As Hisashi prepared his ki blast, Izuku was reliving a flashback to a similar situation when Kirishima died on Namek, and the smirk that was on Frieza's face was now on Hisashi. And that made his blood boil, to the point where Izuku was gripping so tight on Hisashi's ankle that he was starting to hurt him. Hisashi pointed the charged ki blast to Izuku. He would say, "So, you do have some fight left in you. I guess I shall..." Hisashi didn't have the chance to finish his sentence because Izuku grabbed his wrist and headbutted Hisashi's face, making him back off and allowing Izuku to get up on his feet. But he wasn't happy. Izuku, trembling with rage, he would say, "I won't let you get away with this." Hisashi would say, "Huh, impressed. That hurt a little." From the missing roof of the USJ, dark clouds had started forming into the sky, as the rumbling thunder could be heard. And the more Izuku was getting angrier, even the ground beneath was starting to shake, and the rubble started to go upwards. And that was making everybody there feel uncomfortable. But the rumbling thunder became raging lightning, which struck the ground around Izuku and in the area, as one final primal roar pushed Izuku beyond his limits, as everybody stood there in confusion, noticing Izuku's hair change from black to gold. Hisashi would say, "Huh, you changed your hair color. So what? I'll end this." Hisashi sent a ki blast at Izuku, but as the smoke disappeared, Izuku was the same as he last saw him. Hisashi, panicking, would say, "How? How could this be? I literally beaten you to a pulp." You were supposed to be dead! Izuku would say, Where's your smirk now, father? Don't tell me your battery's running low. Or is it that you need to go to the repair shop already? Hisashi with his metal arm went to attack Izuku, but Izuku blocked it and then ripped the arm off, as oil was leaking from the prosthetic. And that put fear into Hisashi as he was backing off. Hisashi would say, How? This is not possible! Izuku would say, Earlier you said that you collected data on me and my friends. Did that include the time when we went to Namek? Hisashi confused, he would say, What the hell's a Namek? Izuku would say, Piccolo will feel offended. But that was all I needed to hear. Izuku proceeded to walk towards Hisashi, and Hisashi sent a barrage of ki blasts in Izuku's direction, only to find the fabric of his gi was affected by his attack, but not Izuku. Hisashi brought out his ace in the hole, but Izuku simply swatted away as if it was a fly, in the direction of the rest of the villains. Hisashi lost sight of Izuku for a mere second, but that was all Izuku needed to kick Hisashi into the air as he made a Destructo Disc, and slicing him in half. As the body was falling, Izuku charged a ki blast, and then there was nothing remaining of Hisashi. With the threat of Hisashi being gone, Izuku looked in the directions of the villains, only to see them cowering in fear, as the Nomu under Shigaraki's order tried to do something, but it was immediately thrown into the sky, and a huge Kamehameha wave engulfed the creature, as the beam went into space, shocking everyone yet again. Meanwhile, somewhere in space, as the same space crew was managing the repairs of the spaceship, an enormous beam of light was coming in their direction. As the beam went through the ship, as well as taking some of the crew members' lives, the remains of the Nomu was left behind in the ship. As the remaining crew members went to tell the captain. Crew member 1 would say, Sir, we've been hit by a beam of energy. The captain would say, Are you going to state the obvious every single time? Crew member would say, Sorry, sir, but that's not all. The captain, annoyed, he would say, How many died, and how long will the repairs take? The crew member would say, Sir, there were 20 casualties, and for the ship's repairs, according to my calculations, it'll take at least 14 to 30 cycles based off your home planet, really, my liege. The captain would say, So, it'll take about 20 days. Not bad. But what I would like to know is, where did this damage come from? Who is doing this? And how dare they mess with me? Don't they know who I am? I am Frigid, Emperor of this galaxy. Another crew member entering the room, he would say, Lord Frigid, there's some good news. And a third member would say, Alongside the beam of energy, we found this. Frigid, confused, he would say, And what am I looking at exactly? The second crew member would say, It's a head. Frigid instantly killed that member with a death beam. Frigid would say, You tell me why this head matters, or you'll end up as him. The scared crew member would say, Lord Frigid, this came alongside that beam of energy, so according to the genetic code on this head, we could trace it back to its source. Frigid killed that member as well. The other crew member would say, Sir, he was bringing up good points. Why did you kill him too? Frigid would say, "Simple, Exodia. I felt like it. Now have this thing analyzed." Exodia would say, "Lord Frigid, I believe that it was being analyzed as we were speaking, or rather as you killed off the person scanning it." Frigid, confused, he would say, "Then why not tell me immediately? I probably would have spared him." Exodia would say, "I believe they want to be complimented and surprise you." Frigid would say, "Anyways, did it finish scanning that thing or not? If it did, just tell me." Exodia would say, "Good news, actually. The scan was complete, and we have a location. It's in sector NWID W2T DBU on planet 1-4. Frigid, disgusted, he would say, "Ugh. I must say, no wonder that creature looks repulsive. It's from planet Eoth. But the question is, wasn't it heavily underdeveloped and weak, with no resources whatsoever?" Exodia would say, "Yes, they aren't even capable of simple space travel, and apparently it's under the Galactic Federation's protection. Does it mean that there's someone landed on that planet to cause chaos?" Frigid, excited, he would say, "Oh, isn't that wonderful? I guess I'll be doing a good deed. Let's return this creature's head and meet the person that wrecked my ship!" Meanwhile, back on Earth, Izuku loomed over the villains as they surrendered, while Shigaraki and Kurogiri escaped. That's when All Might and the teachers showed up, rather confused, as they arrested the small fry, while Nejire showed up, coming in from where the roof was supposed to be, spotting Izuku as a Super Saiyan, and Kirishima being injured. She went to Kirishima and gave him a senzu, noting that he was losing a lot of blood. And then she went to Izuku. Nejire hugging Izuku, she would say, "Zuzu, thank goodness you're alright. And look at you, sporting that Super Saiyan look. I guess we got something to test out once we become parents." Izuku exhaustedly returned to his base form and fell on Nimbus. He would say, "Nejire, I need to get stronger, because I fear there may be more androids on the way. And out of curiosity, where is Nappa?" Wow! Izuku found himself in a pickle, but managed to turn into a Super Saiyan, reaching Goku. Or did he? What things did Nejire want to test out? But more importantly, will there be more androids? And an even better question, where was Nappa during all this? Find out in the next part of My Hero Ball Z. To be continued. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more. Turn on the bell notification to be updated so you never miss a video. That said, peace out.